I'm gonna say this now. Feel however it is that you want to feel, because we about to get real. So I'm about to give y'all a second. Y'all, if you're new to my channel, you don't know this, but if you are here normally, then you already know what I'm about to say. I'm gonna, you know, give y'all a little second to gather some tea, gather something to drink, or if you emotional like Carl Thomas, go ahead, just slide off real quick so we can get to the point, because I'm not mincing words, okay? Everyone wants to know is how to grow hair faster. So there's actually a way that you can grow hair really fast, but there is a science behind it. And in this video, I'm going to give you my 5 hair growth hacks to growing healthy hair faster. Let's get into it. So the first thing you need to know is the science of your hair. And by science of your hair, I mean you need to know your porosity and your density. Those are the 2 most important factors that you need to know. You guys always ask me in the comments like, oh, Cynthia, what do I do to grow my hair? Or this happened with my hair, what do I do to fix it? Well, there is no one size fits all solution to hair growth or fixing hair or anything like that. That's why I always tell you guys I need more information than that. I need to know your porosity and your density, okay? And so by porosity, I simply mean this. Porosity is broken down into 3 categories. You have low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity hair. A lot of you already know these things, but for those of you who don't, we're gonna go back into it really quick, okay? So for low porosity hair, you have a cuticle that is completely shut. It is very hard for you to impart any type of moisture whatsoever into your hair, and once you get any in there, it does not come out, okay? A shut cuticle. Medium porosity hair is a cuticle that pretty much does what it's supposed to do. It opens when it's supposed to, closes when it's supposed to, and it's pretty easy to manipulate. High porosity hair is the porosity level where your cuticle remains open constantly, and no matter what you do, you really can't close it. So moisture and things of that nature, they can go in, but staying there is kind of a problem. And then density. Hair is broken down into 3 categories, okay? We have medium, fine, and coarse. Those are the categories. I get a lot of grief from people whenever I speak the truth on the hair industry. A lot of you have a problem with the 2 things. First thing, rice water, and second thing, curl typing chart. So we've already went over the rice water thing, and we have also already went over the whole curl typing chart. For those of you who do not know, the curl typing chart is not real. It is taught in no cosmetology school, nowhere around the world, and most of you don't even know where it came from. We just kind of see one thing go viral and everybody jumps on the bandwagon. But let me give you a little fact about the curl typing chart. The curl typing chart was made in the 1990s, in the early 1990s, by Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist Andre Walker, okay? Make sure you head over to my blog, because on my blog I have a full detailed printout of all of the details from that. Originally, Mr. Walker made the curl typing system chart, or whatever you want to call it, to promote his product line, okay? That product line still exists, and if you were to go on the website, you will see exactly why he created the curl typing chart. However, in 2008, it went viral all over social media because of a show that it was on, and then once something goes viral, boom, everybody's on the bandwagon, and we are now using this as a rule of thumb for our hair, where in reality it was made by a man named Andre Walker in the early 1990s to promote his product line, and his product line was broken down into different curl patterns and things like that. So he made the curl typing chart so people who were going to buy his products would have an easier way to understand which one of his products will work best for them. Yes, that is where the curl typing chart comes from. It is not real, okay? Thank you. Moving right along. Number two is manipulation. Okay, so as we know, number one was just you knowing the exact chemical breakdown of your hair, getting deep into the science of hair, knowing your porosity, all of that stuff, which I always teach you here on my channel. So check this playlist right here. Make sure you check it on out. Click it right here on my playlist, and then you will see all the science about hair. Yes, what do I mean by manipulation? Well, we're going back into some science again. Our hair is broken down into 3 bonds. We have a salt bond, a hydrogen bond, and a disulfide bond, okay? Now, the salt bond, we're really not gonna deal with that today, but let's start with the disulfide bond. This is the bond directly related to heat damage and things of that nature. It's only broken down by chemical services or excessive heat styling, harsh radiation from the sun, or I shouldn't even say harsh radiation, harsh exposure to the sun. Like if you live out here in Las Vegas and you're a construction worker and you wear your hair out and you're standing in 120-degree weather directly in the sun, you can get heat damage like that. There's a second bond, but the bond that is most important, that I feel like we ignore the most, which is the reason why most of us have such harsh problems with our hair, even with our hair in its natural state and us not putting any heat on it in years whatsoever. You will see in my previous videos, when y'all first start watching me on YouTube, you will notice that in my previous videos you will see that I haven't straightened my hair or put any heat in my hair in like the last couple years, and then I straighten their hair and over like 5 or 6 inches of it need to go. Well, that is because we completely ignore the hydrogen bond. The hydrogen bond is the one out of the 3 that can be temporarily broken by water. Okay, what do I mean by that? If you go and you get you a silk press, right, and then you sweat, anytime water is introduced to the hair, it breaks that hydrogen bond, which then makes your hair revert back to its natural state. Now, these 3 bonds are in everybody's hair. They're in everybody's hair. It's not centered in specifically on African American women. These bonds are present in everybody's hair, but remember, like I taught you guys in the previous video on the curl typing chart, the only difference between your hair, if you have curly hair, and somebody who has straight hair, is the size of the follicle. The hair grows out of the follicle, and depending on the size of the follicle is going to determine the wavelength of your hair. If you're somebody with short hair, if you're somebody with super straight hair, you have a follicle that is like this. And if you are somebody with super curly hair, your follicle is like this. It's just this part, not this part over here, this part over here. We break the hydrogen bond, and when the hydrogen bond is broken, aka when the hair is wet, the hair is extremely weak. Your hair is weakest when it's wet. That's why I have so many people comment on my videos like, oh my god, you are not supposed to dry detangle. Yes, you are. You are not supposed to detangle hair when it is wet, because when the hair is wet, the hydrogen bond is broken, and the hydrogen bond being broken, and there are only 3 bonds holding your hair together, by one of them being broken, the hair is extremely weak, very easy to break, especially if your hair is already damaged. So that's why I taught you guys in a previous video to detangle with oil. Yes, it may take longer than you want it to take, but your hair will not be in little bitty pieces all over the floor. Yeah, when it comes to naturals, you're doing all of these twist outs, all of these wash and goes, and all of the manipulation in your hair is when it's wet. That's when we manipulate our hair the most, when it is natural. That's wrong, you guys, and a lot of people are gonna disagree with this, but go ahead, do your research for yourself. Remember, 3 bonds: salt bond, hydrogen bond, disulfide bond. Do your research on your own. Stop over manipulation, especially when the hair is wet. Remember, when the hair is wet, the hydrogen bond is broken and the hair is weak. Okay? Number 3, tension. We put so much tension on our hair, and that goes for headbands, ponytail holders, braids, weaves, things of that nature. For example, whenever I was standing behind a chair, I would have clients that it didn't matter how much I told them that they needed to take a break from weaves, they would get a weave. Like it didn't matter. Like I had multiple clients that got weaves I did their hair for years and they only ever got weaves. Like whenever we would take one out, they would maybe have a week where they would wear a wig or something at home, just because I'm like, you have to give it a break. And then after that, they will go right back into weaves and stuff like that. Understand that your hair, each piece of your hair is inside of a follicle. So if you're constantly pulling and tugging on your hair, it's gonna be an issue. Over manipulation of the hair in any way, shape, or form is too much, guys. That's why I told you guys in a previous video and in a previous ebook that you guys need to have a plan and a regimen for your hair, because if you have a plan and a regimen for your hair, then you won't find yourself putting your hair in this same repetitive motion of tension. Okay, that is a lot, guys. It's a lot. So having a plan for your hair and exactly what you're going to do day to day is great. Anything, too much of anything is too much. So if you're straightening your hair, if every time it's time for a new silk press you're getting another one, it's a little too much. If every time it's time for a new weave you're getting another weave, it's too much. There's so many different things you can do in hair. You guys need to switch it up. That's why I do think wigs are great, because you can switch it up. Just like for me, you guys know I'm growing my hair back and we have a lot of growth, but I want to wait 2 weeks. I'm only going to do the updates every 2 weeks. So in the meantime, for me not to mess with my hair, I'm switching things up. Okay, it's going to cause extreme tension and pulling on your hair. I know braids and crochet braids and things like that seem like great protective styles, but too much of anything is too much. You need to give your hair something outside of the normal repetition of what you're comfortable with, especially if you want your hair to grow. You want to stimulate your hair completely from the root down to the hair shaft, and if your hair is constantly in the same repetitive cycle, how exactly is it stimulated again? Number 4, product junkies. Okay, in the natural hair community, we have literally turned into product junkies, like to the point where it's like ridiculous. Me and my mom were in Walmart day before yesterday, and we purposely went to that Walmart and another one just to see, like, maybe it's just a coincidence. Mind you, it is not a bad area whatsoever. Only the natural hair products were locked up, just the natural ones. And I asked why, and they said it was because they have so much theft, like they lose so much money on natural hair products. I'm like, y'all still in Shea Moisture. But we are product junkies, and this goes back to number 1, knowing your porosity and your density and all of that stuff. We're just buying products because some YouTuber, our favorite YouTuber, told us about a product that they use that they like. Listen, I'm gonna say this for me: do not go and buy something simply because I told you to. Please do not do that, because my hair and your hair are two completely different things. That's why I give you guys the information so you can go and research it yourself, so you can see that I do know what I'm talking about. Everything that I've say has been scientifically proven already, and you can get results. But if you are a person that is just really into natural hair growth remedies, or you don't like spending money with brands and things like that, that is fine. There are so many beautiful herbs growing from this earth that you can use on your own hair. Okay, so that's why I want you guys to take advantage of my ebooks, even some of my free ones. I have ebooks that have free recipes on them and things of that nature. Take advantage, or don't look at my ebooks. Just start doing your research. Type it in on Google. Like, just like you can ask me a question in the comments, type it in on Google, like, what herbs are good for hair growth, what herbs are good for growth stimulation, like just things like that. Start doing your own research, guys, and stop being product junkies over products that are not formulated for you. Okay, lastly, number 5. So this last one, don't get mad at me, but I know we had, you know, our last video, wasn't it like 5 things that all hairstylists want clients to know, and 5 things that all clients want hairstylists to know, right? Even though I'm retired now, I am always on the side of a hairstylist, because listen, that's what I've done. That's what got me all of this stuff, okay? Yes. So I am always on the side of the hairstylist. However, I will not stand by idly and just watch this industry go to completely fart turtles, to like poop farts and snooker toodles. I just won't. I will not sit back silently while I watch this industry just go to crap because stylists want to be lazy. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. So the Razor Chicks, the official Razor Chicks page. That's who I saw it on. So the post says, don't call a hairstylist lazy because you don't want to wash your hair. Now I can see if the stylist took your hair down, then I'm pretty sure she's going to wash it. This is not back in the day. Times have changed, prices have went up, and people are also booked up as well. Okay, so the problem that I have with that, times have changed, the prices have went up. Do you realize how like off balance that statement is for you to say times have changed, the prices have went up, so the amount of services that we provide have went down? I don't understand. So because prices have went up, I can now take my level of professionalism down. I don't understand that. And to me, that is the issue. Why? First of all, as a hairstylist, why would you want to? For me, I have to wash the hair first, not because I feel like it's something that is required of me as a cosmetologist or as a hairstylist, but I don't want to work on dirty hair. Or for example, when I do silk presses, I barely put any product in. I just use a leave-in and a heat protectant and a shine serum, a little bit of one. I can have the same bottle of heat protectant for like over a month, having a crap load of clients. I don't use a bunch of products, so I don't want you coming into my studio with hair that you've washed and blow dried and have your own products in, because I may not like them. And secondly, I don't really know, that was 4 fingers. I'm trying to figure out where y'all went to school. Like, that's where you make your bread. That's where you have residual income after the fad dies. Because the problem that a lot of you younger hairstylists have, and yes, I am saying that because I am almost 30. Yes, I'm 29 and feeling fine. Yes. So that's one thing that you guys have a problem with. Y'all don't understand that, yes, y'all making stupid money now off these wigs, off these lace frontals and everything else, but do y'all remember like 5 years ago, probably longer than that, they were doing fusions, they were doing the the invisible part, the quick weave magic, all of that stuff? Like, these are fads. So if you have no professionalism and the only thing that you have to ride off of is whatever the fad is right now, when the fad dies out, so will you. And there's so many people that are on Instagram who will remain nameless, but they used to be that deal. Like, every time you turned on Instagram, you would see them, and now nobody talks about them anymore because they went viral. Going viral it does not last for a long time. Weaves, frontals, wigs, all of that stuff is viral right now. All it takes is for some creative hairstylist, somebody watching right now, all it takes is for one creative hairstylist to come up with something that is better than wigs and frontals, and nobody will be doing wigs and frontals anymore. That's how it goes. The only reason that it's still popping right now is because nobody's found nothing better. But the second somebody finds something better than weaves and frontals, all y'all gonna have to learn how to do that, because nobody gonna be messing with weaves and frontals no more. Please know that. When you are doing manual labor and you being nasty like, oh, the price went up, you do manual labor. Right now, the only way that you make money is if your hands are moving. So if your hands stop moving, you stop making money. So that means if the fad dies out, you have to prove yourself all over again. So if you've proven yourself to be the best at wigs, the best at frontals, the best at silk wraps, the best at haircuts, the best of relaxers, when another method of that thing that you've perfected comes up, you're gonna have to prove yourself with that too. Is that a problem? Absolutely not. But y'all, come on. Don't be nasty, because these are the things that make it so hairstylists have to fight so hard for their respect. Why is it even negotiable for you to wash your client hair when she comes through there. You don't got no shampoo bowl in your studio? I'm confused. Like, and the way that I was taught, that's where you get your tips, honey. My scalp massage be the difference between a $100 tip and a $15 tip or a $5 tip, okay? So y'all get your mind right. Like, oh, the prices went up. The prices have went up and the quality has went down, and that is so freaking sad. I do not understand it for the life of me, and that is why I decided to just step out of the industry, because I just rather teach, because I'm not gonna be competing and going and like, no, I'm not gonna do it. So and once again, I said all that to say this: hairstylists, if hairstylists get more focused on the health of their clients' hair and more concerned about actually treating their clients' hair on an internal level than they are about taking pictures and looking cute and getting a bunch of likes and stuff on their work on Instagram, everybody will have hair that's a lot longer and people would trust hairstylists more. But hairstylists are so concerned about the money now that they don't even think about longevity in any sense of the word. Like, that is so nasty. Like, why do we have to have this argument? Like, I understand y'all having a problem with like people coming with braids still in their head and stuff like that. Like, I get it, I get that. But why are y'all arguing about that? You arguing about a wash? Girl, if you don't wash your hair, girl, wash it. So, in closing, number one, you guys need to know your hair, know the chemical breakdown of your hair. I'm gonna leave all of that information in the description box below so you can check it out for yourself. And number two, over manipulation while that hydrogen bond is broken. Number three, braids, weaves, and tension. Number four, being a product junkie and using products that are not formulated for you. Number five, I'm putting some of this blame on hairstylists, on professional hairstylists, on the people who went to school for at least 2 years and, to me, like, internally made a promise to be in this industry and help women with their hair growth process and help them feel more confident in who they are. Because at the end of the day, that's your job. Your job is not to feel like, oh my God, I'm the best hairstylist in the world. We have a visual art. If you're the best in the city, people can see that. You don't have to keep making posts and saying things like that. If you are the best in the city, everybody will see that. I've never made a post anywhere saying I'm the best in Las Vegas, I'm the best at silk wraps. I don't have to do that. Hair is a visual art. If you are the best, people can see it and they will say that. But when you put yourself on a pedestal like that, you put yourself on a pedestal and you make it so people are like, she said she the best, but look at that. Look at her lip gloss. Look at that headband. That ain't cute. So stop doing that. Stop it. Like, just be great all on your own. Let's get the beginning steps together, okay? Because, you know, here on my channel, we take baby steps. I'm not just going to go in like, okay, use this oil, use that oil. That will be installment number 2. So for my next video, we will go into the science of it. But if you don't have this part, then none of it is gonna work. And remember, 1 through 4 is for the collective. 1 through 5 is for hairstylists. I'm sick of y'all. This is ridiculous. Cutting on some water, put some shampoo on there, going like this with the chickarati. I don't understand, okay? I love you guys so much. If you have not done so already, make sure you have subscribed, boom, here to my channel. And once you subscribe, make sure you click that bell notification so you are always notified every time I post a new video. I just want to take this time to say hello to all of my Patreons. I really love you guys and I appreciate you so much. If you want to join my Patreon account and you want to become a Patreon of mine, make sure you check that link in the description box below so you can get more information. I love you guys so much and I really hope that all of my Patreons are enjoying all of their private video links that they have received. And you guys check your emails for all of your own individual private links. I love you guys so much. Lastly, make sure you subscribe here to my website so you will be notified every time I post a new video, even if they be acting funny, even though you clicked the chickarati. Okay, it's time to go. I love you guys so much. I hope nobody was all in their feelings and, you know, hopefully everybody's okay. And until next time, I love you guys so much. Bye, girl.